Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. If you're new here, I'm a mom of three. I do motherhood videos, motherhood journeys. So please, if you like what you see, please you can stick around and make sure you subscribe. Thank you. So today we're going to talk about postpartum. This is something that nobody prepares you about, and I'm actually here to talk about it. And I want you to be aware of what comes after giving birth. Actually, a lot of things happen after giving birth that changes a lot, a lot. You're not going to be the same. Let nobody lie to you. You're going to be the same. You have to accept it. Motherhood is very sweet, but it comes with a lot of changes. One thing is you're going to have a pelvic floor weakness. So your pelvic floor are going to be very weak, a little bit weak, not very weak, because of holding a baby all with all that weight is going to be very, because you've been holding a baby for months. So the pelvic floor is going to be a bit, it's going to be a bit weak. So you notice a little bit of leaking when you're sneezing or lifting very heavy weight things. So please, I want you to make sure that you do your pelvic exercises, the squats and the Kegel exercises. They're going to need to help you bring back your pelvic muscles together. So that is one thing you should really take seriously about the Kegel, the pelvic floor exercises. So you may experience a little bit of leaks when you're actually sneezing. It's normal. I know moms can actually talk about it and can actually tell. So if you're a new mom and you're expecting a baby, please make sure you do your pelvic floor exercises, the squats, the Kegels. I don't know what they're called, yeah. So they're going to be after pain contractions. And for me, they're even worse than labor. I don't know if moms experience this, but for some reasons, for my firstborn baby, I didn't have contractions, after birth contractions. For my second and my third baby, they were painful. I was even scared to breastfeed. So you're going to need to take a little bit of painkillers like paracetamol. They're really going to help you. So make sure when you're after giving birth, please make sure you have your paracetamol. They're going to help you with they're going to help you very much with the contractions. The afterbirth contractions are the contractions are very painful. They're even worse than labor. For me, actually, they are worse than labor. And you can even be scared to breastfeed your baby, because for some reason I used to find that when I breastfeed, they become even more painful. So make sure you get your paracetamol. They're going to really come in handy during that time. So they're also going to be bleeding after birth. That is something that comes after giving birth. There's bleeding, so don't be scared. But it shouldn't be too much. They're going to be bleeding because you're going to remove all the excess blood from your womb. So they're going to be a little bit of bleeding and can last up to 3 weeks. But it should actually be getting lesser and lesser with time. So you should actually check. There shouldn't be too much of it. It should be getting lesser and lesser and lesser and lesser. So that is when you know that the bleeding process is not abnormal. Make sure you check on your bleeding. It can last up to 3 weeks, but it should actually be getting better and better and better. Actually lesser and lesser and lesser. So bleeding after birth is actually very normal. You're not just going to remove your baby and you're going to be walking around just like that. Bleeding is normal. It's going to take a little bit. It can take up to 3 weeks. Another is you're going to have swelling of boobs, that is engorged breasts, because actually after giving birth the milk forms, so your breasts are going to be swollen and a little bit painful, but it will get better as your baby keeps breastfeeding. So your breast will be accumulating milk as the baby breastfeeds. So at first it can be very painful, unaweza hata ukashindwa kulala. It can be actually very painful. So kidogo it will get better with time. As your baby breastfeed, as it produces more milk, it gets better with time. But during the first few days, your breasts are going to be a little bit painful. So don't be scared when you experience that kind of things. Another thing is your belly will not go flat immediately. It took you 9 months to grow your belly, to keep your baby inside there. So it's not going to take you 2 weeks to get your flat tummy back. So don't put too much pressure on yourself wanting to get your body back together. No, it's going to take a time. It's a process. It will take time because it took you 9 months to grow that belly. It's not going to end within 2 weeks. So just be calm, take one step at a time, and everything is going to be okay. You're going to be doing a little bit of exercise after actually 6 weeks. Yeah, that is, I think, recommended, especially for normal delivery birth. It's going to be, you're going to actually work on yourself. So don't be too scared, because after giving birth, you look like you're 5 months pregnant again. But that is normal. Don't be scared. Don't feel so worried about it. It happens to every mom. Just concentrate on your baby. When the time gets right, you're going to work on your body. So don't put too much pressure on yourself for wanting to get your body back together like ASAP. It doesn't work like that. Another thing is there's fear of going to the toilet. Hey, this one, I didn't know about it. This one is another problem, going to the toilet, because everything down there is going to be very delicate at that time. You're going to be actually feeling so hard to push or pull. But now what you're going to do, and it's going to take a little bit of time before you actually get the flow right. You'll take some stool softening drugs that can come in handy, or you can actually check on your diet. Make sure you take a lot of vegetables. It's really helps you get the poo to be very, my baby is crying, sorry. The poo is going to be very, very easy to get out when you check on what you're eating. Make sure you eat things like vegetables, a lot of fruits that are going to come in handy. But that one is you're going to be very scared of going to the toilet. But if you check on your diet, on the things that you're eating, it's going to be getting better with time, because during that time, everything down there is going to be very delicate, because maybe you had stitches after having natural birth. It's going to be very tough. So you really need to check on what you're eating at that particular time, so that you don't hurt yourself. Another thing is, after giving birth, breastfeeding can be hard during the first month. This one I've talked about in my previous videos, of the things that I wish I knew before giving birth. Breastfeeding is not going to be as easy as you may look at other moms breastfeeding out there. It is really exhausting sometimes, especially during the first month. But it gets better with time. So what you can do is actually getting a proper latch for your kid, so that your kid can relax when breastfeeding, instead of throwing legs and arms. When you don't give your baby the correct latch, the baby will actually will have a lot of discomfort, and it's going to be very tiring for you. So make sure your baby gets the correct latch, and also the nipple cracking is going to be avoided if your baby gets the correct latch. So just make sure you have your baby the correct latch, so that you can have a very easy breastfeeding journey, and your baby can also relax and feed so well. But breastfeeding gets better with time. During the first month, it's going to be a little bit exhausting, especially if you're a new mom, but it gets better with time, I promise. Anyway, those are the few things I had to talk about postpartum. That is after giving birth. Those are some of the experiences that you're going to have, and I wish I've helped you new mamas learn one or two things here. So thank you for sticking around. Please make sure you subscribe, and as always, I appreciate you. Thank you.